Hey, we back with another banger video. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Hey, I got a crazy video for y'all today. I don't even think y'all, bruh, crazy. So this is a story time about a lady from the 80s who woke up in 2024. So basically, she from the 80s, but she woke up in 2024. Like she time traveled. It's a thing to where they saying time traveling is real or whatnot. But we're about to see. We're about to hit the story. It's crazy. Professor 200 in the building, man. 100 million, 200 in the billion, man. Y'all know what I'm saying. Hey, I want y'all and also before I get started, I gotta let y'all know, bro. Hey, some of y'all sitting down watching me at a job that you don't want to be at. I'm just giving you some motivation today. That was me. I used to sit down watching DJ Ghost. They all on my wall watching Soul Illuminati. But one day it clicked when I watched No Life Shack. I literally saw him going to the car lot buying a Lamborghini. I didn't even know you could get paid off of reactions then. I put it on my life. I saw that one video from No Life Shack. I'm telling you, I saw that one video. After that, the same day, I started a reaction channel and did not stop because I was hating my job. I hated what I was doing. At the end of the day, guys, bruh, whatever that dream is, you got in your heart. Get up and just start, bro. I don't care where you at, what you got. Start right now. Because you never know where you will be at tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? You're going to suffer two pains in this world. That's the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. You got to choose. You feel what I'm saying? So y'all watching me, some of y'all funnier than me, some of y'all smarter than me, some of y'all can make YouTube better than me. But y'all sitting down watching me. Y'all need to be on here. I need to be watching y'all. You feel me? Or whatever it is you're supposed to do, that's great. Like, I'm going to build $100 million business one day. I know it for a fact. I believe it in my soul. You know what I'm saying? That's my dream. And it's going to happen because I'm up every single day grinding. You feel me? But hey, sorry, I know I'll be talking a lot, but that I needed to say that. But let's get to the video.
Oh, y'all, I'm sitting here minding my business in my house coat, cozy. I got the heat on, rub my feet together, and I stumbled down this rabbit hole, y'all. And let me tell you, I am glad I did, because what? So, my auntie works at a place where, they send people who they think are one of those institutions, right? So she was telling me about this lady that they had there that was there because she was making claims of being from a different timeline, a different dimension, and somehow stated that she just woke up in 2024, right? Okay. You following me? Keep listening. So this lady came to the institution. She was admitted. They ran tests on her, and long story short, they ended up not being able to find any evidence that this woman was lying in any way, shape, or form. And I mean, every test that they ran and all the evidence that they did find, honestly, did support everything that she was saying. Like they could not find a hole in her story at all. So this woman's story goes like this: she wakes up. It's 2024. She's looking around like, where am I? What's going on? And how did I get here? Right? Okay. So she ends up going outside and stumbling upon a stranger who she described as having colorful hair, face tattoos, and piercings, which scared the shit out of her, I can imagine. So she literally is looking around in this futuristic world compared to where she woke up from. And she asked this man, who looks very odd to her, I'm guessing. And she asked him, "Are you an alien? Where am I? What's going on?" So you can imagine straight out of the gate, this man's probably thinking like, "Lady, who are you? Are you crazy? Like, go away." She proceeds to start telling this man, "I am from the 80s. When I went to sleep, it was 1984, I believe they said. And what year is it now? What's going on?" This man proceeds to tell her, "Baby, it is 2024. Like, did you bump your head before you went to bed? Because it's not the 80s. It hasn't been for quite a while." So the guy proceeds to ask her multiple questions about different things like the Mandela effect and so on and so forth. So he starts asking her questions about like the Bernstein Bears. You know, like I guess the Bernstein Bears, like were spelled different, and so he asked her how did he remember them, and how did she remember them being spelled. She responded that she remembered the Bernstein Bears being spelled with the A. That's number one, with the A, which would mean that she wasn't from today. She was from back then when it did have an A. Then he proceeds to ask her about Nelson Mandela, the whole gist of the Mandela effect. And she tells him, yes, Nelson Mandela is the president in South Africa. At least when I went to sleep, he was. He's not dead. This man is still very much alive. So he's asking her all these different questions, and she literally gets every single last one of them correct for her being born or going to sleep in the time period that she said she went to sleep in. Okay. So at this point, the man is intrigued. So the man shows her TikTok, and they get on TikTok together, and she kind of goes down this whole rabbit hole of like different dimensions, timelines, and she's 100% convinced that somehow she ended up switching timelines. When she went to sleep, she woke up, it's 2024, she does not want to be here, and she needs to go back ASAP. So luckily this woman had shelter because the house that she woken up in was a house that her family owned, and apparently it was still in her family in 2024 because that's the house that she woke up in, and so that is where she was staying at. So she goes back home. This woman goes down like this whole long rabbit hole of like conspiracy theories, trying to figure out what happened and how can she get back home, to the point where she is like obsessed with it. She's starting to go crazy with it. Like, this is all she's doing every day, every single day. She's saying she has a husband, she has children, and she needs to get back home ASAP. She got a family, and it ain't no reason for her to be in 2024 all alone. So this woman, long story short, ends up going crazy with these conspiracy theories, and then one day she walks into a scientific research center where she's located, and this woman basically has a whole plan devised of this device she needs made in order for her to go back to the 80s. So that does not go over well, of course. The police ended up being called, and she kept coming back day after day, and which eventually led to her being instituted. Like, they put her in a crazy house where she met my aunt, and she told my aunt her whole story. There's a lot of details and things that I'm leaving out. If y'all want them, I have to put it in a part 2. But yeah, which is where she met my aunt though. So she confided in my aunt, telling her, her whole life story, everything that was going on, and, how she was determined to make it back home. And she just did not understand, or could not understand, how she ended up here to begin with. But she was determined to make it back home. She had to make it back home to her family, her kids. And at this point, that was like her life's mission. This video is already too long. If you want to know what happened after that, then I'll do a part 2. Or if you have any questions.
The crazy thing about it had to be if that lady was back in the 80s, it had to be so effed up here to where she said, F that, I'm trying to go back to the 80s. She like, F the future. It's messed up out here, bro. I'm trying to go back to the 80s. That's crazy. Man, she ain't even care about the technology, the cars, no, none of that. She said, take me back to the 80s, bro. Straight up. Crazy.
Okay, so this is going to be part 2 of the lady from the 80s that woke up in 2024. Now, I want to start off by addressing some of the comments that I saw that had people confused because I left so many details out of the story. Now, I saw one comment where people were confused about the house that she was staying in. So to clarify, the house that she woke up in 2024 is the same house that she went to sleep in the 80s. The only difference is when she woke up in her home this time, there was no husband, there were no kids, there was no family there. She just woke up in the house. It was 2024 and she was all alone. Also, I saw somebody ask about the guy that she had the interaction with. Now, this interaction, I summed it up into a couple of different words just because honestly, I didn't remember every detail verbatim of what was told to me. Because keep in mind, this is a story that's being passed from mouth to mouth. And I couldn't really remember everything verbatim, so I just summed it up pretty short. But that interaction was hours. This man took her to a coffee shop. They sat down, had coffee. He was showing her TikToks. And he began asking her those questions about the Bernstein Bears, the Monopoly guys, Monocle, and a bunch of other things, like just for his own reasonings, maybe to see if it was some truth to what the lady was saying or if she actually was just bonkers. And I also saw people with questions about the police helping her, like looking for a missing person, trying to find her family, all that, so on and so forth.
That's crazy.
No, the police do not help her at all. The police have not helped her. They're not going to help her. They believe she's crazy. So, I mean, which I'm sure she pretty quickly realized that nobody was really going to help her, which is why she devised, her own little plan or device that she came up with to get herself back home, which is what ended up leading to her being instituted. Now, my aunt actually did say her own words that she does not believe that the lady was instituted strictly off of her claims of being from the 80s. She said she believes it was coupled with the fact that she kept coming back day after day. And then secondly, it was the type of fuel that her device needed. The device that she needed help making had to be ran off of blood. Cow's blood. So if it doesn't...
Yeah, institute her. she need to be instituted, bro. Cow blood. What? Bro.
seem crazy enough. Imagine a lady walking in saying, hey, I need help making this, but we're gonna have to go slaughter some cows to get me back to the 80s. And then she won't take no for an answer. Yeah, I could just see it. 911, we have an emergency. So that is what led to her being instituted, and that is where she met my aunt. Now, my aunt also did state that she personally does believe the lady. She does not think she's crazy. She's had many interactions with her day after day. And she said that in her opinion, the woman was completely sane. And actually, she described her as being very intelligent. Now, when the police dropped this woman off, apparently they dropped her off as a crazy Jane Doe. No name, no information, no anything. So my aunt said because of this, they were limited in the things that they actually could do to try to help the woman. The lady apparently favored her over other workers, probably because she probably was the only one that actually does believe her or anything. But she said that she spoke to her and talked to her the most. My aunt told me that she gave the woman the best advice she could, and basically which was to teach her how to meditate and to go deep within. And she said that she told her that all the answers that she needs to get home should be deep within herself. So she taught her to breathe, taught her different breathing exercises, taught her to meditate, and to just go within and to ask her higher being, her higher self, to guide her back home. Which the lady did end up doing this. My aunt stated that day after day, they practiced meditating till the lady had it. She had it down packed. And she said at that point, the lady would just go into deep meditation for days. For days, she would just be in her room meditating. She stopped talking to everyone. She would not interact with other people at all. Every day, she spent her time in meditation. My aunt stated that after her doing this for about a week, she ended up actually speaking to my aunt one day. And my aunt said that she would never forget because this ended up being the last time that she ever saw her or spoke to her. She stated that the lady told her thank you and that she just kept saying, I figured it out. I finally figured it out. My aunt came back to work after being off for a day or two, and she told me that the lady was gone. She never saw her again. Like, she was just gone.
So she just dipped?
And then that's when she realized that she never even got this woman's name. The police had brought the woman in under, just a Jane Doe, crazy Jane Doe. They never had her information. And she realized that she had no information about this lady. Absolutely none. Never even thought to even ask this woman her full government name. She does have her first name, but that's all. A coworker ended up telling her that the lady had just been released. Like, it wasn't a big deal. For some reason, my aunt just did not believe that, and then she wanted to start doing research after the fact. Okay, so
Bruh. So you mean to tell me this chick just disappeared, bruh? Man, if I would have met her, I'd be like, hey, take me back to the... Nah, because I'm a nigga. Nah, don't take me back to that. Nah, I'm good, bro. But I kind of wanted to see what it was. Nah, I don't want to see. Nah, never mind, because I probably don't even make it back. Soon as I touch down, one of them KKK probably be right in front of me. I'm like, I probably don't even make it back. Nah, I ain't going back to the 80s, bro. Nah, but man, tell me what y'all think about the video in the comments, man. See you guys next video. Always remember, be safe out here, kings and queens. Let's get it.